I'm sure you've all heard of Starbucks, but what is it and why is it so popular? You've probably seen the Starbucks logo on every street corner, but do you know what it is? In this video, we're going to take a look at what Starbucks is, where it came from, and why it's so popular. Starbucks, the most popular coffee brand in the world with over 32,000 branches worldwide, not just offers high-quality coffee, but also an excellent customer experience. Even though their prices don't go lower than $3 a cup, it is still a popular choice for most people due to the fact that an average American buys a basic grande frappuccino 3 to 4 times a week. Did you know that Starbucks didn't sell any drinks when it first opened? Yep, that's right. How did Starbucks start? American Gordon Boker was on a European tour when he stopped in Rome for a cappuccino at a small, simple cafe. It was different and better than the ones he had in the United States. At the time, most Americans only drank mediocre coffee or instant coffee from a bistro. When Gordon's friends heard that he had good coffee on the trip, they wanted to bring it to the United States. Despite popular belief, the first Starbucks did not sell any drinks. In the store, they sold only high-quality coffee beans and tools for making coffee at home. It was 1981, and by then they had 4 stores in Seattle. Their business was doing well, and Howard Schultz was interested in them. Howard grew up poor and had to deal with the loss of his father's job. Now he has a successful career because of his hard work. Howard Schultz first learned about Starbucks as he was the vice president of a company that provided supplies to the shop. He went to one of their stores in Seattle to see how many people were ordering coffee from this small business. He decided he wanted to work at Starbucks, so he went to Gordon, and his friends told him of his intention to join. Howard's mother persuaded him not to give up his success for some unknown little business. Meanwhile, Gordon and his friends were reluctant to let anybody else join them in the company. It took more than a year for Howard to finally join Starbucks. What does Starbucks offer? When Gordon told him what he had seen, Howard decided to go to Europe to see it for himself. He fell in love with how they treat their customers. On the other hand, Howard was more interested in how the coffee was made than how it tasted. Howard noticed that many coffee shops seemed to know their customers by name during his trip to Italy. A cup of coffee isn't the only reason people go to these places. They visit to relax and meet new people as well as to work. He thought Americans would love this when he ordered an Americano. Howard's trip to Italy changed his life. Howard thought that they didn't have the authentic flavor of the coffee. He felt that, like in Italy, coffee should be turned from a commodity into something that people enjoy. The original founders turned him down right away when he told them about this idea. Starbucks was a store, not a restaurant or bar, and they couldn't change their business model overnight and begin producing beverages in-store. So why open a coffee shop when things were going well for them? Howard left Starbucks in 1985 to start his own business and many other things. Almost everyone told him it was a bad idea and terrible for him to leave Starbucks. They didn't think American people would spend so much money on coffee. Howard's business plan called for him to charge $3 for a cup of coffee, even though at the time the average price for a cup of coffee was less than $1. It was nearly impossible to make people pay 6 times more for just coffee. He talked to many investors and was able to get enough money to open his own Italian-themed coffee shop. Do you think that Starbucks is out of the picture? Just as Howard had started his own coffee business, Starbucks was now up for sale and the original founders told him he could buy Starbucks. Howard will again look for investors. As soon as he talked to everyone, Howard was hit by bad luck. One of those investors told the owners of Starbucks that if they agreed to sell the company to him, he would buy it from them directly. This way, Howard wouldn't have to be involved in the process. He told a friend about the problem because he felt down and defeated and didn't want to keep it to himself. His buddy introduced him to another influential investor, and you won't believe me when you discover who it is. It's Bill Gates' dad. His influence convinced the other investor to back down, and Howard Schultz was able to raise the money required to acquire Starbucks on his own. Starbucks became a location where you could buy coffee beans and sit down and have a cup of freshly brewed coffee. Everything was under one umbrella as he renamed all his coffee businesses into Starbucks stores. Finally, Howard's dream of bringing an authentic Italian coffee shop to the United States had come to fruition. He's now poised to decide the company's destiny. Believe me, things are about to get wild. 17,000 Starbucks stores worldwide. Howard was the company's CEO, and his goal was to grow it quickly. As of 1987, they had 17 locations, but now that Howard had a good business plan and was backed by investors, Howard wanted to grow Starbucks worldwide. By the end of the 1900s, Starbucks would have opened stores in Southeast Asia, North America, and more. Howard stepped down as CEO in 2000 to focus on the company's growth around the world instead. Every 5 hours during this period, a Starbucks would open. I know, it sounds crazy. However, that vast growth ended abruptly in 2008 when the well-known financial crisis hit. Starbucks' stock price dropped by half. However, Starbucks didn't just have problems with the financial crisis at the time. For 2 decades, a dark secret was hidden beneath the surface of the fast progress. In a leaked corporate email, customer dissatisfaction is one, Howard said. The rapid growth of Starbucks has led to a decrease in the quality of the brand. Thankfully, to make things better, Howard was rehired to be the CEO again. Now he wants Starbucks to go back to what it was meant to do, to bring back what Starbucks was made for, customer experience. For a start, he took away the automated espresso machines. They made the service faster, but it didn't have the romance and spectacle of watching a barista make a cup of coffee from scratch. Everything from coffee beans being ground on site to the smell of coffee coming from the stores was also brought back. In a public service announcement, he told people that Starbucks wants to go back to its roots and put quality above quantity as it used to do. Growth at Starbucks went up by more than 140% a year later, and the company is now thriving and growing again. Today, the company has about 32,000 locations around the world. What's in store for Starbucks' future? The Frappuccino effect is popular in the real estate industry. Properties in the immediate area of a new Starbucks will go up in value as home prices go up by 65%. In contrast, the value of a home that is less than a quarter mile from a Starbucks has risen by 96%. Before the value of property in the area went up, they could get the house they wanted. Starbucks has a team of experts who use demographic and property data to find new places to open new stores. People naturally don't like this, and they think that Starbucks is to blame for the homogenization of towns. Even protests and riots have been held against them. This hasn't stopped Starbucks, and it looks like it will be an essential part of its strategy in the years to come. Thank you for being all ears throughout the entire video. If you'd like to learn more about the nature of this business, subscribe now and click on the notification bell to be updated with my latest uploads. If you want to expand your income by engaging with some side hustles, feel free to contact me so we'll get things moving right away. Remember, if you want to change your life, let's make a change together. You need to make a change.